My name's Jeremy, I'm a junior. I've always seen speaking in chapel as something that was definitely going to happen at some point, but was still in the distant future. That's why when Mr. Weens asked me to get up here and talk about my goals for this year, I immediately took it as some kind of strange joke that made sense to him but went over my head. So I just laughed along and out of my head. Turns out, he wasn't joking. When I first came to Dock as a freshman, I was one of the many kids to have come from Penview, which meant I was lucky enough to know the majority of my grade. Even so, in many ways, high school was a new beginning, as most of the people I could have called my closest friends at Penview ended up at different schools. This forced me to try and find my place in one of the many friend groups that I developed in grade. I spent a good portion of the year hopping between lunch tables and friend groups, but struggled to find my place. It sometimes felt as if there was this unspoken rule among the guys in my grade where if you didn't watch football, hunt, or own a dirt bike, there was little hope in joining the conversation. This on top of the fact that I've never been an overly outspoken person led to days where I sat back and drifted through the day without making much of an effort to participate in class or socialize. I started to treat school days as a long stretch to the moment when I could go home, at which time I could step back into my comfort zone around my family. First and foremost, I think I owe sports to break me this tireless cycle. It's ironic to think that adding 2 hours of physical and mental exertion at the end of each day can make me more content with high school. After all, preseason workouts and running a mile at a not so comfortable pace aren't exactly easy tasks. Even so, it was the feeling of accomplishment after winning a game alongside the soccer team, or being patted on the back by teammates after beating my personal best time, that allowed me to change my outlook on the way I was going through each day, and realized that I wasn't alone in this endeavor. I still didn't follow football, hunt, or own a dirt bike, but yet I found myself relating more to my peers than ever before. I say all of this not to reminisce or dwell on the past, but to see how far I've come and how far I still have to go. If the third year of high school is anything like the third lap of a mile, then I'm in for a ride to say the least. With that said, I'm not going to let any newfound obstacles hinder me from making the most of each day. For instance, with another year of high school comes another year of new information and topics to learn. I'm sure we can all agree that some of the topics taught in class aren't exactly exhilarating, which in the past has led me to simply learn what I needed to get the grade I wanted. I know the teachers here at Dock put a lot of time and effort into every class, and one of my hopes this year is to recognize that there are lessons to be taken away beyond the material itself that I can apply to my own life. Spiritually, I know there's room for improvement this year, such as being more open about thoughts, feelings, and the path I believe God is leading me down. Although I've been able to grow the relationships with my peers, I still feel I'm not really as connected with others as I could be. I sometimes forget that there's more to each person that walks this campus than we first perceive, and although it might be difficult at times, I want to get to know these aspects of others so I can gain a new perspective. Based on what I've discussed up to this point, I see two main goals this year: to stay aware of the meaning behind what I learn in class, and to be more transparent to those around me. If the fact that I'm standing up here speaking in front of you is a foreshadow of the new experiences and challenges I'll be met with this year, then I think it's safe to say that this year will be one to remember.